Hi, I'm Andrea and welcome to Productive C#. In this video I want to talk about ranges in C# 8. Here I have a console application targeting .NET Core 3 and I'm using Visual Studio 2019. And I have enabled C# 8 as a language. I have a simple string text that contains the digits from 0 to 9 and I'm printing this to the console. Let's say I want to take a substring of this text and remove the first character and the last character. So up until now, the best way of doing this is probably using the substring method. You provide a start index. In this case, I want to start from 1 because I want to exclude the first one. And then you need to provide the length, the number of elements you want to actually take. And this means we need to take the length of the string and we need to take remove 2 from them, because we want to remove the first one and the last one. So in total, we're going to have length minus 2 elements. And let's see if I run this code, if this works. As you can see, it's printing the string from 1 to 8. Okay, that's a bit of a long syntax to do that, but let's say, okay, maybe I can use link. Let's see if links would make this better. So I know I can use skip to basically skip the first element. Nice. And then I can say I can do take, and I want to take only text of length minus 2 elements. All right. Yeah. The problem is that this is really not a string, is an enumerable of characters. So if I really want to get a string back, I need to create a string, but the string only accepts arrays, so this is not accepted. So the strings cannot convert enumerables to arrays. So I'm going to need to do to array here. You know, things are getting a bit horrible in here. So definitely the best way of doing this using C# 7 is using substring if you want to get a substring from a string. But starting from C# 8, you can do this very easily using ranges. And let me show you how you can do that. Basically, you can use the indexer, and then you provide a range to it to specify the start index and the end index. So in this case, the start index is 1. Then I use dot dot, that's the range operator, and I say I want to take 8 elements. So if I run this code, you can see that they are all, oh actually no, we want to take 9 elements, because there's a very important things you wanna know here. This one is not the number of elements you take. This is actually the end index that is exclusive. So this means that if I look at the index 9, that is pointing at 0 at this one, you can see that that one is the last element, but this will be excluded from the range. So when I run this code, I'm going to take only the all the elements excluded the last one. Okay. There's another way of doing this, that's using the @1, that is using a index starting from the end of a collection, and this is basically an easier way to say the last element of the collection. And remember, the ranges are the upper range, the end index of a range is exclusive, so this will be excluded. And if you run this, you basically get the same result. Okay, so let me remove these 2 lines here, and let's explore a bit more what kind of ranges I can create. So as you can see, as you have seen, you can create ranges from using 2 numbers. You can use ranges using the operator, like that. But you can also have open ranges. Let's say I want to start from 1 and take all the elements till the end. So you don't necessarily need to specify an end index. So in this case, I'm going to print 1 to 9 because I take all the elements except the first one. Or I can say, oh, I want to take all the elements except the last one, or the last 2, let's say. If I run this, I'm taking all the elements till 7, and I basically are removing 8 and 9. Of course, you can also do the open-ended range, but it's not quite, it doesn't make any, it's not very useful to do in this case. In that case, you wouldn't even use the indexer. So this is basically what ranges allows you to do. It's a very compact way to extract a substring from a string, or extract a subarray from an array, or a or you can use this with span of t as well. So a very way to create a slice from a collection. The important things to know is that under the covers, the compiler takes this string this literal, this range expression, and convert that into an object that is called range. And if you want to create a range manually, you can use the create method on a range. This is basically equivalent of doing 1.5. Or you can use other methods like create from start. This allows you to create an open range that only have an index, a start index, in like we did 5 dot dot basically. Or you can use to end. Oops, not that. To end, and you say I want to finish, you know, like that. If I want to say I want to use the end, the last element, you need to use index, and then you pass 1 from the end through. So this is basically equivalent of, I forgot. This is equivalent to say dot dot hat 1. Of course, all of these things you don't need to do it yourself. It's done by the compiler under the covers. But just wanted to let you know that there is nothing magic in this syntax. This is just syntactic sugar that the compiler translates into actual objects. And a range is a struct. You can see the definition. It's a struct that takes 2 indexes and a start, and then provides this method that we discussed. Okay. Another important thing to say is that if you want, these ranges don't need to be constant. So you can say I want to start from 1, I want to end 5. So these also compile. So the range can be dynamic. So the index, the start index and the end index could be variables. So you can really do whatever you want with these ranges. Okay, so I think this is probably cover everything about ranges. It's a very simple feature to use. It allows you to create slices from strings or arrays or span of t in a very easy and compact way. So definitely suggest to use it if you really need to do a lot of string manipulations or array manipulation, stuff like that. Thank you very much for watching.